This week we are doing His and Hers by Alice Feeney, book to miniseries adaptation. I'm Sarah Lyles.
And I'm Jamie Livingston, and we are so approachable. Yeah, miniseries.
Literally,
so we had
mini.
6 episodes, right? About 45 minutes for each one. This was fun. I flew through them in like 2 days. And I was like, Sarah, are you watching these? Come on, get up. Come on.
I know. I kept and again, these are ones that you definitely do not want to watch with any children around, anyone, little ears. No. So I had to wait till late at night before I could turn these on.
That's fair. I did make my husband watch this with me, or at least, I don't know that he was watching. He was at least next to me.
He was with you.
Yeah. And it was fun because I got his perspective throughout the show. And so I would be like, do you have any theories yet? Do you have any theories yet? Or I was like, what? What? That person doesn't do that. Huh? Their name is what? So.
Yes. So where do we start?
I don't even know because there's so much that's different.
Yes.
So much.
Yes.
Maybe an overall vibe. Did you like it?
Aside from the book, because I felt like it wasn't, again, there were some similarities, but the overall, miniseries by itself, standalone, I did. I enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. It was really well thought out, but it was so different.
Starting with the fact that it was in Atlanta and not the UK.
Right.
So different. I was like, wait a sec. Are they talking about Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, they're in this little small podunk suburb of Atlanta? Mm-hmm. Got it. Yeah. Okay. So that changed everything from the beginning.
Well, and the way that she wanted her to get her job back. That was all a big change, too. Okay, that was weird. And, I was also how could someone in her position give herself a giant abscess? That was annoying to me, but that's also, someone who really is go to the dentist, get your teeth checked.
Oh, yeah, that was very, very strange.
Yes.
Maybe before I go into full rant mode, let's just remind our listeners that you can go back and listen to our cover-to-cover episode.
Yes.
Because we go fully in-depth on the book. So anything that we are referencing right now, we probably touched on in the other episode.
Right, yeah.
We're just going to rant about why things changed and maybe some changes that we liked or maybe explained some of the plot holes that we saw from the book itself. So go back and listen to that episode. If you didn't actually read the book or listen to that episode, you can go listen to the TLDR episode, which is just kind of the background on the book and the author, which could be helpful if you're just somebody who watched the show and is finding this episode.
And I will say you could watch it and then go back and read it. So it wouldn't really, it really wouldn't give it away, right?
I mean, you would still know
some of it.
The main person who is doing stuff, but you would be very surprised.
I was very surprised. I will say there also are, just like the book, there are lots of triggers. It's much harder because there's actual visuals in the miniseries that made parts of this kind of more heavy and harder to watch.
Yeah. I think that the book was still harder for me because there were so many more flashbacks and more instances. So we kind of got glimpses of the same event. It was her 16th birthday party. Right. And we saw glimpses of that over and over.
Right.
And in the book, you got her birthday party. You got a sleepover. You got...
Right. There was more.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot more instances of icky that I didn't like.
There was a lot of flashbacks that came a lot earlier in the miniseries than they did in the book. And so I understand that's probably how they were able to reveal the plot a little bit slower and get you more entertained, right? Because I can't imagine having to take that book and change it. That's got to be a hard thing to do.
I did there were a couple of flashbacks of Anna and Jack, buying their house.
Yeah,
and
I
it was
those.
Oh, they were a cute, happy couple. And then that really helped me realize what tore them apart, losing a child. And those flashbacks, pulling up to the house and there's flashing lights and knowing that something's wrong.
Yes.
And then discovering that your child is dead. That was heartbreaking watching that. And then you are oh, yeah, that tore them apart. That does something to a person.
Right. I still am like, don't, in the understanding of, again, and this is just everyone grieves in their own way. And the fact that she just ran away and just like bolted, I still can see why the mom would think that that was her fault and that her mom was the reason why she left. But I mean, he tried to find her, again, lost his job because he was looking for her. And so I really was just like, I don't understand. You left everything that was there to support you just to, again, grieve in your own way.
Right. And so, huge difference from the book. She left her job as the main anchor.
Correct.
It wasn't the other way around because different character name, Kat Jones versus Lexi. Was it still Jones or was Lexi?
I mean, yes.
Kelly? Well, Kelly was her actual name, Catherine Kelly.
Lexi.
It was still Lexi Jones.
Yes.
In the book, her name was Kat Jones.
Yes.
And so that was the first thing I was like, Lexi? Who's Lexi? I don't like this. Yes. But in the book, Lexi is the person who she stole a job from.
Yes.
Lexi was on maternity leave, and Anna kind of got the spotlight and didn't want to let it go.
That was way different.
So different. And so I didn't like that.
I didn't like that change. I actually think that changed the story, too.
Yes.
Right, because I envisioned her coming in, like, ready to be on air. I envisioned all, like, the book. Like, she's ready to be on air. She's in the high heels. I remember you even talking about, like, can you imagine? And then they're sending you to, like, a scene that's, like, you're all muddy, but you're in these, like, nice clothes. And she volunteered to go do that instead of, you know, for the book, she's pretty much like
forced.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
I was really excited for the TV news aspect of this. And then the fact that it was an Atlanta TV station instead of the BBC.
Right.
I was like, oh, well, this is dumb. I wanted to see the inner workings of BBC, not of...
The presenter.
Yeah. And so it was a little different, and you had kind of the newsroom politics of, like, buttering up the news director and trying to, like, he wants to give you your job back, but you have to prove it, and, like, my hands are tied. The episode where she ends up driving back to Atlanta because Lexi is late and nobody can get a hold of her. And I was like, all right, she's not driving an hour and a half back or however far it was, because it seemed like it was a long drive.
Yeah.
To then go and get ready to do the news. And I was like, clearly from the book, I knew that that was not going to go well.
Right.
But that drive didn't make any sense, and they would have gotten in touch with her by then. Like, somebody would have driven to her house. Like, that's what you do. You go and do a wellness check on them, and you bring them to the station. Like, not have somebody drive 2 hours away and get all dressed and ready. But somebody can walk in with a minute to go and be like, all right, it's my show. I wouldn't do that as a news anchor because I read my stories in advance. And so the person who was already prepped with their microphone on would still deliver that newscast. Also, it's been coded for that specific person. So, like, as a news anchor, the program person has specific buttons that they push for me. I'm this tall. My camera shots are right here. So they would have to go back in and redo everything at the last second to make everything look good for Lexi. So you wouldn't just blow up an entire show when they walk in with 30 seconds to go.
But that wouldn't be interesting to watch. I mean,
I know.
They wanted to, and really her plan was to do that on purpose, obviously, because she didn't have a sister or whatever her excuse was. And you find that out from her scammy husband, right? And so...
Yeah, I was very confused by both Lexi and Richard. Was...
Dirty. He was a dirty man.
Yeah. And I was just confused by the ending. Like, were they actually planning on hurting Anna?
I don't know. It seemed to me like they were, or like, it almost felt like to me like Lexi wanted to have a conversation with her. Like, it didn't even seem like she wanted to hurt her. And I don't know if I think Richard knew. Like, I don't even think Richard knew that, because it was Catherine, actually, that was her real name. because that whole thing was...
Catherine Alexandra or something, and that's why she started going by her middle name, Lexi.
Yeah, it was so confusing, and then she killed her own sister and all this crazy stuff. But, yeah, that was all... Well, it was so much. It was so much. Again, it was like, wow, didn't see that coming.
But Richard had bought like zip ties and a hammer and like and that's what was out on the table when they walked in. And
really
was like,
confused.
What is happening? Like, you doing some woodworking? So in like the comments of like, bury the hatchet, and she wants to, I was very, very confused because she came out and was angry. So like, it felt like it was building up to be this confrontation, which wasn't in the book at all.
No.
And that realization with Anna walking into that living room and seeing the pictures on the wall.
Yes.
And coming to the realization that this was her friend, girl that she knew from childhood, and everything kind of falling into place for her. Wasn't falling into place accurately.
No.
I mean, it was not Lexi or Kat Jones who was doing all the murdering.
Right.
But I can see how those would click into place.
Yes, it would. Because it would be like, oh, crap. And really,
knowing that she knew that she didn't do it. So it had to fall on somebody else. We didn't know that she didn't do it.
Right. Yes.
As a viewer. But she knew. And so having a suspicious person and somebody who has it out against this group of girls.
And because she just found out that, I can't remember her name right now, but his sister,
Zoe,
thank you, yes, had just died, like, because he's on the phone.
Right.
Which also brings another level of anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, oh, wait, I'm the last one left. Which, again, when you find out at the end that she was the one that actually was raped, it was like, my jaw was just on the floor, like, wow, she left her.
Right, not the other way around.
Right, yes. I was like, wow, okay.
Right. So for anybody who's just watched the show, in the book, Anna runs away from this rape party.
Leaves her.
Runs away and leaves and, like, doesn't talk to anybody ever again, doesn't talk about it, carries on with her life and, like, moves away. So Kat Jones felt very abandoned and betrayed because she was raped at that party. And in this version, it's the other way around, and Kat/Lexi is being attacked, and she comes to her rescue, and Kat/Lexi is able to run away, and she cries for help because now Anna's the one that's being attacked, and the girl just turns and runs.
Yeah. I was just like, okay. Like, and I told you, like, I texted you because you were like, that was a lot. And I was like, wow, that doesn't even feel the same. No. It's so different.
Well, in our last episode, we talked about the fact that in the book, Kat Jones was like the victim of all victims because she was like the butt of every joke. She, like, everything just went wrong for her. And, like, she was an innocent bystander in all of this. And in this show, she is not an innocent bystander.
No.
She is made to be a schmuck.
Yes.
Like, she's mad at her sister and uses up all of her inhaler juice so that when she has an asthma attack, there's no way to save her sister.
Whatever, the lake.
Right.
Yeah. She can't survive.
That's awful. And so that was one of the things Anna was like, I don't think you understand who you're married to, Richard. Like, this girl, I mean, saying that she left her while she was being attacked.
Right.
And so, like, there's definite layers there. But she was not the victim of all victims in this one. She had a chip on her shoulder, and you also saw her be very disrespectful to Anna's mom.
Right, yes.
As the house cleaner.
Right,
like,
yes.
throwing trash down in her path. And so, like, you didn't like her. You just, like, I liked her in the book. Like, there was nothing, like, I identify with an awkward fat girl. Like,
right.
That's sad.
But she definitely changed her whole, or I should say, the miniseries changed her whole role.
Yes.
In everything. And so even who she was so different from the beginning. And so that's why I was like, this feels so different. I get that there's a lot that is the same, but those big things, like such a big part, changes it for me.
Well, and also the fact that nobody recognized her. And like in the show, she was like, I need to go back and do this interview, and like demanded to be part of this story because Anna was milking the limelight, being the reporter on the scene. And so she was like, nope, I'm driving out there. I need a photographer and I'm doing this interview. And it's just like, for somebody who ran away from this life and changed her appearance, and like, it just, how does nobody recognize her other than Mom? Anna's mom recognizes her.
I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Still just feel like she couldn't have completely reinvented herself.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it just, I get for story reasons why they would make some of these changes. It does make it more entertaining, and it definitely does change it. I mean, even with the husband, right? Even like Rachel's husband.
Yeah.
Right, because he was just a bedridden old man. Like,
I didn't even remember her having a husband. That's how much of a lump he was.
Right, he literally was. He was like bedridden old man. She's married him for his money.
Right.
Where we barely even saw him, and now he had a big role.
Very large role.
Yes, to where he looked like a suspect.
I was very surprised by that. Like I said, I didn't even remember her having a husband. I was like, wait, what? She's married?
Yeah.
And I was trying to find some Google information on the similarities and differences. And I was like, well, she had like an 80-year-old husband who was bedridden, and so he was immediately ruled out as a suspect.
Yes.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah, Priya had said, like, he's not even able to even get out of bed. So trust me, he's out. He's out. Where now we're totally looking at this super cocky man that I really disliked.
Right, who has his own health issues and this weird arrangement with his wife for how they can have other partners. And
well, the blackmail photo, see, and that again, that changed so much of the story, because that was not even anything in the book.
No. But it was a way to tie Rachel and Helen. That was very strange. Yeah. So that was a complete extra kind of like, there was just another suspect, which makes sense. And I think that Jack needed to kind of build that up because he was looking really suspicious.
Yeah.
Real suspicious all along. So what do you think about Jack?
I liked him. I actually thought he was entertaining. I felt he was more reliable in the miniseries than he was in the book. Okay. I felt like, okay, maybe he, again, I knew where it wasn't going to be him going into this, but then again, I felt like this is so different. Who knows? They might make him be the killer. I don't know. And so I liked him as his character. I didn't like some of the things where you find out he's like sleeping with Rachel, and they show that scene right off the bat. And then even to show that Anna saw them, that also came oh, interesting. How and why did she see that? Why was she there?
Well, I think she was there because she was going to the cemetery to where their daughter was buried. So, she was there, but not perhaps standing right outside the car.
Right, yeah. But
that was strange. I enjoyed the scenes with Jack and his niece.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just how much of a caretaker he was. And you saw, you would have made a really good dad. And, it's really sad. And I know I thought it was really dumb in the book. And I kind of thought it was dumb in the show, too, where they are waiting so long to identify that Jack and Zoe were brother and sister. Because he's just calling the kid baby.
Yeah.
And, not anything. And it's just the same thing where we don't find out that Jack and Anna were married / are married. They're still married.
Yeah, that was a totally different.
I was like, oh, they were definitely divorced and
they were definitely divorced,
done and over with. So just the fact that was another cliffhanger or just another twist, and it's okay, yeah, it's clearly you're not married to this woman. You're living in this house. You're calling this child baby or my baby, but it's really your niece. It's not your daughter. Yeah. Just a little misdirection. So they carried that through. I mean, that was very true to the book, all of that misdirection. Anna was not an alcoholic.
No.
By any means in the show.
Yeah, because actually in the book, I remember her, like, thinking that maybe she was the one who killed. She, like, doubted herself.
She blacked out.
Right, and so she was thinking, like, maybe I'm the one that's killing everybody. And so that totally went out the window.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even come to play. Like, I never once thought that could have been her.
Right, because that was one of the sneaky issues, was that she drank so much and was kind of seeing things. Or it was like, didn't I have that picture out on my dresser?
Right.
Or I had some bottles in the trash, and now the trash is clean.
Right.
Because her mom was cleaning up behind her. And like, so that was gone. I mean, she definitely downed like half a bottle of wine in one sitting, but it was not like in the book, because she was down in minis every other turn.
Yeah, and Zoe was the one who clearly was the drunk and, had all the issues.
Yeah. What do you think about him using his niece as his DNA sample?
Oh, man. I mean,
We're going to play detective.
I'm not surprised, because obviously he had left his DNA.
Yeah.
And so it was like, you have to use something. I actually was really surprised, and maybe I don't know enough about detective work. I was surprised that they would not do it right in front of them. Like, there's no way you would say, oh, it's okay. It'd be like, go pee in this cup. Just bring it back when you get a chance.
Right.
Like, to me, that just felt like, that doesn't really happen, does it? And if it really happens, that's something that's skewed.
Well, right. And even the Emmy or whatever, the coroner was like, I can do it. You can do it right here. I'll just take it. And he's like, nope, we'll come back. We're busy. Like, that was very, very shady. Also, don't you think that, and maybe I'm inaccurate on this, but law enforcement people probably already have their DNA on file? Like,
at least
it's
all their
happened at a
fingerprints.
different crime scene where they've had to been ruled out or something. Like, I don't know. It just felt very odd.
I just felt like that felt odd to me. I'm like, why would they not just be like, just because we have to, let's go ahead and just do this right now, just to rule you out? Because he looked suspicious.
Oh, right. I mean, he looked suspicious, especially to us, but everybody else was just saying that, like, oh, that second pair, or that pair of boots, or that DNA sample is going to be the killer. That's going to be the killer.
Right.
If it's not me, it's not the husband, it's the boyfriend on the side. And he was feeling the heat.
Yeah. And really, Priya was the smart one. And really, I remember reading, thinking, oh, is Priya, like, she's suspicious? And in the series, I didn't feel like she was at all suspicious. I felt like she was 100% the lead detective in this. And so she had that inkling of, oh, it's Jack. And really, at the end, she turns the gun on him and is like, don't move, like, because you're under arrest because it was you.
You're also covered in blood right now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, and I get it, but...
Yeah, I liked Priya.
I did too. I actually liked her much better in the miniseries than I liked her in the book.
Yeah, the book, I was very confused by her. And I don't know if it was just because Jack was so crazy. I mean, like, somebody needed to be doing a good job with this investigation, and I felt like she was.
Yeah, I felt she did a really good job, because Jack was so... And I also don't know why they would allow Jack to stay there and keep doing it, because he had such good involvement with her.
Well, I mean, that was the case in the book, too. I just feel like with the small town, it clearly... everybody's connected to everybody. I thought that the police force seemed a whole lot bigger in this show.
Yeah, I felt like it was like three people.
Right. Yes. And wasn't he the sheriff? Like, he was like the main person. And in this case, he's like just your average detective or whatever. And there was like room after room, or like big room of people taking tips and reward money stuff. Like, it was this hustle bustle thing, and we were led to believe it was like three people in an office.
Again, totally different vibe.
So he 100% would have been pulled off the case for
That's
being
what I'm saying, like,
that involved.
Right. I just was like, okay.
As soon as his sister showed up in the picture that Priya brought out, like,
They would have been like, you got to get out. And Priya would have said something and said, hey, we need to, just to remove him completely.
Good on her for, calling him out in the meeting and being like, no, we need to investigate this. I'm sorry that it's your sister. I'm sorry that it's your wife, but...
Yeah. What I also didn't understand is she got the boot, but did you notice at the end, so way fast forward to after we understand that it's the mom, there was the bare foot.
Yeah.
How did she not find that? Her bare foot. Why did they not think that through? Some random humans barefoot in the mud. Why was that not a part of it going, what is this?
Right.
Why is this here?
That was funny.
That was suspicious.
If you're taking tire marks and boot prints and you see straight up footprints,
why would you not?
That doesn't stand out to you? Because you think maybe they were small feet. And so, but again, why would somebody with small feet be walking around in the mud at a murder scene?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess, did they think they were hers? I don't know.
I feel like she had her high heels on, so maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? That felt weird. That felt like,
Do you
weird.
think that anybody just watching the show could have picked up on the fact that it was the mom?
No, not at all. I don't think so. I think that because it's so well done that the mom is really battling dementia, I feel like that all the things, all the signs, I didn't think it was... Now, I haven't watched it with someone who hasn't read the book.
Right.
When you watched it with your husband, did he catch up on anything?
I asked him maybe in episode 4, and I was like, so do you have any theories? Do you have any theories? And he's like, I've got a good theory. And from episode 2. And so at the end, he was like, yeah, I pretty much suspected the mom.
Oh.
But he's also somebody who solves every single TV show and every single movie from the beginning. That's him. I was talking to one of our friends who said that they were joking that it was the mom with dementia because she kept showing up naked around the crime scenes or around the same time.
Right.
But she had thought that the mom was doing it in a dazed dementia state. Not that she planned it and did it, but that she was kind of blacked out or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
So that's another method.
I guess I wouldn't have thought, because watching it, I'm like, okay, no way it's the mom. That's just a layer of things going on, but that makes sense.
I liked the timing, and you could go back and watch that second episode because when the mom comes, the police find her wandering, and it is right after the body has been found. And so, they put them next to each other on purpose. So if you're picking up the clues, I think you could put it together. But I was so confused. At the end of episode 5, things were coming together. And so then at the start of 6 is when we kind of get the resolution. And it seems like the episode is over. It seems like the mystery is over. And you're 15 minutes into a 45-minute episode. And clearly I know that,
Right, because you've read the book.
But for anybody else who's just following along, you have to be going, what are we going to do for the next half hour?
Yeah.
We just found out that this crazy news anchor killed all these girls, and now she's dead. And what else could possibly happen?
Right.
And so I was waiting to see how they were going to go about that. And then it was 1 year later. I don't think they did 1 year later in the book.
And really even remember she found the letters. That's how it all kind of started versus these videos, right? And that's kind of the flashbacks we saw versus her reading. What was it?
It was her suicide letter.
Correct.
Saying everything bad that had happened in high school.
And so it was... That was different. I did like that change. It made it a little bit easier to follow from somebody.
The video, the tapes. What do you think about the mom's letter?
Oh man, because she actually never finds out that it was her mom in the book.
Right.
So she leaves her mom's
we think they know,
but not really.
Nobody's.
It's not written.
Right. No, it's definitely not in writing.
That's what I'm saying. She literally laid it on the table I was like, why would she write that?
Right. Well, because she's old and has nothing to lose. And she wanted to show. I did think it was interesting. I don't know if it was in the mom's letters or if it was in, it was probably in something that Anna said, but she mentioned something about preparing them for a life that is ugly and beautiful. And I was like, okay, Alice Feeney, hinting at your other book. Okay, beautiful, ugly. So, like, there was some mention of that in there. I don't remember where it was, but I wrote it down because I was like, she definitely just said beautiful and ugly back to back. That's an Alice Feeney little thing. Got it.
By the way, I like that Alice Feeney does those hidden words. I like that.
Right.
She does that. I mean, throughout, there's lots of that, but you have to really know her writing and her style to pick up on that. And I'm not quick enough to read those because I'm so busy paying attention to the plot. I'm not paying attention to those things.
The letter that the mom does, I think, worked well in this series and being able to kind of go back through everything and show, oh, I was actually out there and then I tore off all my clothes and wandered around like a crazy person, and how she planned it all out. I like from the book that we get that without knowing whether Anna knows.
Yeah.
So this, I feel like it kind of gave Anna permission to be a psychopath as well. Like, we do things for love, and like, you'll know now that you're a mom. And like, it just felt like maybe all moms are psychopaths. Like, that was true. I don't think we are. But I liked from the book that it was more of that. I had said she learned from her mom that the best way to keep a secret is to not tell anybody.
Yeah.
And so that was like, I feel like they had like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, where like, I know that it was you, and I think you know that I know that you know. Like, so this letter was really obvious.
Yes.
And so I didn't like the obviousness of it.
I didn't like the ending as well as I liked the book ending. Again, I like that, like, okay, you're going to have an understanding. Like, kind of, right? So, I mean, I guess for anyone who doesn't know, it's really revealing, okay, this is what I did, and this is how I did it. This is what I did, and this is why I did it. I did it because I loved you. And so I get it, but again, it changed the story. It changed the book completely. To me, it was like, I wanted them to keep somewhat of this, and so it did change it.
Well, and the mom framed Lexi.
Yes.
And like put the fingernail clippings and other things, and like,
she totally did all these really crazy things. I'm like, wow. She wanted Lexi to get all the blame.
Right. So I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on this one. I think if I was doing a cold watch of this, it would have been enjoyable. I think that the actors did a good job. I think some of the dialogue was a little cheesy. But overall, I think it was a good standalone show. It was just so different.
Yeah.
So different from the book.
It was very different. From the beginning, like we said, to the very end, it was really different. So it's hard for me to really compare, right? Because again, I say I enjoyed the book, I enjoyed the series. Yeah. But again, they were so different. And again, I haven't watched a lot of adaptations. And so I hear a lot of people say they often change things drastically. And I'm like, if this is what it is, no wonder they're so frustrated and mad, because I'm like, they changed that. They changed that. Oh, they changed that too. And so that's frustrating when you're expecting one thing.
Right. And that's why I was just so confused. I was like, wait a sec. She's innocent. She's not a bad guy. Oh, I guess she is bad. Oh, she did what? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to redirect now. I have to reorient, because now she is actually like a bad person and not just the poor innocent fall guy.
Right.
That was hard.
It was.
I did think it was really funny when Jack had the cell phone and was trying to guess Rachel's password and couldn't get in. And so then he decided to just go to the morgue.
Oh, my God.
He had to pull her eyeballs back to do facial recognition. It made me think of Too Old for This, when she used like her finger next to the pinky or whatever to like get the thumbprint. You got to just cut off a finger and keep that
Keep
with
it in
you.
the freezer. Yep. Yeah, I know. It's very interesting. It's one of those things that you're like, but then again, that made him look suspicious.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. So it was like, oh, why? And then you see like these dirty old pictures. Oh, he just wants to make sure his stuff's wiped off. Or then you realize on the other side, Richard's trying to make sure his stuff's wiped off. And it's like, it's
Right. They're all bad people.
They're all bad people.
There was no good person among them. And that's where I felt like in the book, Kat Jones, Lexi Jones, was a decent person.
Sure.
For the most part.
Right. And even I feel like in the book, I don't feel like Anna knew Richard was married to her until the very end. And so that also makes me go, come on, Anna.
Right. Anna did it on purpose.
To get back at her, like, because she said, you want everything I have, type of thing,
Yeah.
And so I was like, come on, I don't like that. Like, why? There's no point. And so there was parts of that I was just like, all right. And then I also felt like in the book, Kat seemed to have like a million lives. Like, hit by a car, I'm still alive. Things like that. So it did change how Priya just shot her and she was out, gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in the book, she had to hang herself.
Yeah, it was a lot. It's interesting.
So the casting for this, I thought, was just, it wasn't what I was expecting, but I think they did a really good job with it.
Oh, yeah, I think that they did do a good job. Again, I just am still more frustrated with, like, all the changes. Like, it's so different. Again, it's standalone by itself. If I never read the book, I'd be like, wow, that was really good. They did a good job, like, twisting that and turning that. But so many of the changes changed the storyline and even the directions to which you point to who is who and who is wrong and who is bad. And all of them are bad, I mean, in some way. And so, yeah, it was like, I don't like that.
Would you rate it higher than the book?
No. And only because there's parts of it that I was like, come on. Like, that would never have happened. Like, why? And so I enjoyed it. But again, I like it is hard for me because it was so different. Again, I got to say, would I rate it well when it was by itself? Yeah, it was really enjoyable. But if I'm comparing it to the book, no, throw it out the window because it's not the same. It's so different.
True. I think I rated this one a 3.8.
Yeah.
So I think the show by itself, I would probably stick to that. I mean, I think this is an easy one to watch on Netflix.
Sure, yeah.
6 episodes.
It's quick. Good weekend binge when it's snowing outside,
Right. Quick, easy, couple more episodes and you're done.
Yes.
Not a huge commitment. Don't have to fall in love with the characters. You're not gonna.
Right, and they're not coming back for another series.
Right.
Yes.
So I think that's fine and it served its purpose. So I think I would stick with like the 3.8 for that.
Right.
If I was saying compared to the book, it would be lower.
Yeah, because it doesn't compare. So now I see why people are saying
The book was so much better than the movie.
Yeah, just because there was way more layers in the book than there were in the show, which is crazy because if you've only watched the show, you're like, wow, that was so layered. How could it be so more? It is. It's just there's more descriptions. Yes, there's some heavier scenes, but not all of it is unfolded so quickly. So
Right. It's rare when you say that you like the movie more, which I think is what we both said about The Housemaid.
Yes. So if you have not read The Housemaid or watched the movie, that one...
You've got homework.
Yeah. That's an easy homework. I think I
Yes.
read that book in like a day and a half, 2 days.
Yeah.
And I was like itching for you. Like, all right, you ready to go see the movie now? Come on. It's out today.
Let's go. Let's go. So, yes, we thought that the movie, we both enjoyed the book a lot and both thought that the book was even better.
You mean the movie?
Sorry, I meant the movie.
I knew what you meant.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they made changes. And so we liked the changes for the movie.
Yeah, and not in this case. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to know what our listeners think. Actually, what did they think? If you did not read the book, what did you enjoy the series? Did you enjoy like how it unfolded? If you did read the book, what did you like? What did you not like?
Right. Were the changes helpful or did they detract?
Right. Yeah. So I would like to know. So until then, keep reading.
Keep ranting.
And remember, you're so approachable. Okay, the episode is over. If you enjoyed it, could you give us a thumbs up or leave a review?
It goes a long way toward helping us grow and meet new people like you.
Subscribe to get notified when the next episode drops.
You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook to see what we're reading next, recommend new books, and join the conversation.
We're so excited to have you on board.